Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been about a month. I think it's been actually a month since my last video, which is pretty long for me. I normally don't go quite that long. I always like to try to put at least something in there like 2 to 3 weeks, but I've been very busy with work, so I have not had any time. I have a little bit of time now that we've settled into the show. I'll talk more about that. I do have a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but I do have some content I want to do for you on some various topics, guitar and stuff like that, um, video games, some things like that. But today, getting back to everybody, I wanted to do another Blu-ray pickup video. It's a lot smaller than it normally is, so this will be much shorter in theory. I only have 3 Blu-rays here to show you. I try not to buy Blu-rays, like I have to watch them before I can buy a new set of Blu-rays. Because that's just one little rule I give myself to keep my hobbies in check. You know, I have a lot of hobbies, it's a lot of different things, so I try to not let it get carried away. Also, I'm wearing an Afghan shawl. It's comfortable. So, I'll just show you these 3 movies I bought. First one is The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher and Amy Smart. Um, I kind of like this movie, and I should say I've seen none of these. I've seen them all, but I haven't watched the Blu-rays yet. That's why I'm not buying any more until I get around to seeing all these. So this movie, if you've seen it, it's kind of not that great. It's kind of one of those it was okay kind of movies from, I want to say it came out like 2004. 2004, yeah. Um, Ashton Kutcher, not known for being the world's best actor in a dramatic role. And the reason I always liked this movie when I originally saw it was because it had a cool concept to it. If you haven't seen it, the concept is basically this kid who has a very traumatic childhood, multiple extremely traumatic things happen to him, and he has these frequent blackouts where he can't remember what's happening. Well, cut to when he's in college, he learns that he writes in these journals, these composite notebooks his whole life, and he learns that by either reading them or writing new things in the journal, he can like go through time basically and like jump back to that time and change it. And so he tries to change it. And of course, being called the butterfly effect, he changes one thing, and then when he comes back, it changes all these other things, and then he's got to try to fix it. That's the basic gist of the movie, and it's kind of fun. It just has that like okay production value to it. That's why I wouldn't say like you got to get out and watch this. It's just okay, but I've always enjoyed it. And honestly, Ashton Kutcher is pretty commendable in this role. Like he's not incredible, but I really do think that he does a pretty good job in this one. I don't think it's as crappy as some people have made it out to be. I just watched it recently on HBO Max, and I just remembered how much I really like this movie. And it's one of those films where I'm not going to be pining to watch it all the time, but sometimes I just get you just get a craving for a movie, and I kind of get one with this. This is the director's cut. Well, actually, it has both versions on it, but it's the director's cut. I won't tell you the differences for those who haven't seen it, but I think that although the director's cut is got a touch like hokey, weird stuff in it, I kind of think it works better. And I think that this film had multiple endings shot, but I think that the director's cut was the intentional ending. And if you have watched both cuts of this film, you can kind of see parts in the theatrical release that don't quite make sense or plan out because they intended for that different ending. That director's cut ending is what I think is the case, but I enjoy this film. So yeah. Next, we have a Criterion release. This is a 4K release, The Virgin Suicides. This came out, I believe, at the beginning of July, around there. I love this movie, and I just wanted to get it on 4K. I've heard that the 4K transfer is excellent, and as always, what can be said about Criterion's packaging and release? I mean, this is what I like to see in a boutique house. Beautiful discs. You get it's just top of the line stuff, man. Everything just from the insert, and then you get this booklet, which you get this stuff with all Criterion releases, but I'm just showing you. It's got like an essay. It lists all sorts of stuff. It has a section on the transfer and who the colorists were and the supervisors. I love that they do that. So I'm looking forward to watching this. Again, I heard it was excellent. And my final Blu-ray that I have to show you is unfortunately not a 4K because they tend to not release 4Ks of this director, but that is Licorice Pizza by Paul Thomas Anderson. PTA, one of my favorite directors ever. I love everything he's done. I have not seen this, and I often do not buy Blu-rays of films I have not seen, but I just really wanted to see this, and I love everything Paul Thomas Anderson has done. I doubt I will dislike this film, but here's the back cover. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And I don't have much more to say about it because I don't even really know what it's about. Sometimes that's fun though. I like to do that occasionally. Get a movie I just don't know anything about. And this comes with a poster apparently, which they thankfully they put this sticker right there just to let us know. I don't know why they don't put his movies out on 4K. There was a rumor going around that Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't like 4K format and he like purposely shoots his movies for 1080p. I don't think that's true. I've never found an article of him saying that, and that doesn't make sense to me. He's a director that is kind of old school. I mean, he shoots his movies on film. He's got a very keen eye for cinematography. He has an absurdly good cinematographer that he works with. 4K would be the definitive way to view his movies, right? Shot on film. That'd be the best way to see all of that artistry on display. So I don't understand why a lot of his movies don't have. I think Phantom Thread just came out with a 4K. It's a very weird thing and frustrating. Like Inherent Vice, I just watched that a couple months ago. I thought that was phenomenal. Very, I almost distracted by the fact that it wasn't on 4K because it was such a good looking Blu-ray and it would only be that much better. But that's that. Those are the 3 Blu-rays I've gotten recently. I just wanted to catch you up on that. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a great day. Let me know what movies you've watched, what pickups you've got. I'll talk to you later.